Yeah, there are some platforms. The moment you step on those platforms, they give you some energy to do some things. I want to believe at that time, whilst he was there, he had that energy of anti-Shatta Wale in him. Yeah, there are some platforms. I don't want to mention the names, but as and when they come, I'll let you know that this platform is one of such platforms. When you get there, some anti-Shatta Wale energy will enter you. And if you are not careful, if you are not able to control yourself and your emotions, before you know, no one start take a cancer who for Shatta Wale unprovoked. Shatta Wale nya ohwe on kan bi nhemu obehu no start ye ne keke. So whilst they were having conversation about industry, investment, industry, attitude, industry, how we handle our business. And to the surprise of many. In fact, this video came as a shock to many. The video came as a shock to many because they realized that, this Camidoh throwing shots at Shatta Wale just like that, unprovoked, like, what has happened? Why the day? And then what? Then who about Shatta Wale into auto to punch his going face out. And they would not want to walk on Shatta Wale fie. Fine. I know today, as Camidoh is saying this thing on radio, and many people don't even know the genesis and they may not even have this tape. I know they won't get it. Because my editors were not even sure where the tape was. Thanks to Sammy Flex TV. Your files rough. You call your pages on your cover tape we buy. Many people are searching ground. Because personally I searched, I did not find it until I entered our archives at Sammy Flex when we found it.
What's up? I have been in this market for a very, very long time and I understand your day-to-day activities. So you know what? I introduced my new smartphone devices into the market, which is the Hotwave Cyber 16 Pro SM series. As you can see, it's fresh, box to it's shiny. That's Hotwave. I come show you how the phone they look like. And I tell you, this will not be just any phone. You understand me? It come with a travel adapter. This will be the manual. This will be the pin way. You know, you could take open way or SIM card. And it gets in USB too. So they come with 2 cores. You understand me? And you know, they're almighty. This is what I'm talking about. You love it. It's beautiful. And this will be one of the phones where I tell people, when you fall, your screen will crack. And this one you will keep for water inside for 3 days. If you doubt me, come. That's my new brand, you know, my new device. And I want you guys to just know that as I understand you and you understand me, I know how you will love this phone and support. That's my beautiful baby. Hotwave Cyber 16 Pro SM series. I know you guys are gonna love it. Anyway, I go use my one, I go find SIM card. Thank you. Use it for 12 hours. 12 hours in minutes is 720 minutes. All the money you make is yours, commission free. I thank you guys all for supporting Shaxi from day one up to now. And I just want to tell you guys that Shaxi has a good package for everyone, both our riders and our drivers. Thank you so much for supporting Shaxi. Shaxi, it's time to ride.
Family, have you noticed now Vema comes without a seal? Same refreshing taste in a lighter bottle with less plastic, less waste. Easy to compress and shrink for recycling. One small change, one big step for a cleaner future. Join us protect our planet. No seal, less waste.
Yo Ghana, what's up? I have been in this market for a very, very long time and I understand your day-to-day activities. So you know what? I introduce my...
All right, so sometimes when Shatta Wale speaks in some of his songs, I know to some people it may come across like a normal thing. Oh, say Shatta, they are a songwriter. And he say, Ochron na Ochrena Jia. And Yumuna na Okan. But I had not the there are some hidden quotes in there. I say, I'm sure we will understand every song Shatta Wale puts out there to have a message that it is communicating to the people. Sometimes it communicates immediately the song is released. Sometimes it communicates later the song is released. Or sometimes it even communicates earlier than necessary before the song was released. When you yakambo reality, life, and yet can be where dear Koswankasa. Today I'm about to give you some history, something that played out some 4 years ago, somewhere 2022, right? Yeah, some 4 years ago, and today it is playing out again, and it is making sense today. And once again, if you pay attention to what Shatta has said in some of his songs, you will get to know that, the kind, ebini. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the editorial right here on Sammy Flex TV. And Shatta said that thing, and indeed, it is real. That time will tell, man go learn. Time will tell, and man go learn. So, some 4 years ago, young and budding musician Camidoh, who was then working with George Britton, obviously coming up with so much hype around him. He had a hit song here and there. He was having a good time. You know, when you get out your first break, with the Trimudeni more, because at that time, people make you feel like, Charlie, you are the new Lord. You are the new king. And to nama, wabati, one mama show that so nothing do you. But if you say they feel like you are the new king, the new Lord, and to nama na utrimi all day. It is the same thing. When it's set on platforms and you get the opportunity, you speak anyhow because Charlie, the new king is talking. Who be you to come challenge me? You don't have anything to say. Allow the king to talk. Listen to the king. I remember so very well. But he's done well for himself because I know he's gone through it. Some challenges here and there. But today he's still here, doing it his own way. I know it does not come easy, does not come cheap, but Charlie, man is still killing it. We give thanks to God for life, and we give thanks to God for survival within the music industry. Sammy, because I'm sure if he had not been around till now, realization like he wouldn't get it. But thank God he has been around since then and now. Now he's come to the realization that, hey, it is not how I saw it. After all, Charlie, everything that Shatta has been doing has a point. He didn't know, but I want to believe now he knows. It is the reason he's coming out openly and freely talking about it and letting the people know that if he was blind then, now he can see. They say, that is what it means. Ladies and gentlemen, let's pay attention. So, some 4 years ago, Camidoh was on an interview and he appeared on Kwadwo Sheldon's platform. Of course, you know, there are some areas too. Let me say this before I even move on. There are some platforms where you get it, they give you some energy. Yeah, there are some platforms. The moment you step on those platforms, they give you some energy to do some things. I want to believe at that time, whilst he was there, he had that energy of anti-Shatta in him. Yeah, there are some platforms. I don't want to mention the names, but as and when they come, I'll let you know that this platform is one of such platforms. When you get there, some anti-Shatta energy will enter you. And if you are not careful, if you are not able to control yourself and your emotions, before you know, no one started to cancel who for Shatta unprovoked. Shatta nya ohwe onka bi nhemu obehu no start ye ne keke. So whilst they were having conversation about industry, investment, industry, attitude, industry, how we handle our business. And to the surprise of many. In fact, this video came as a shock to many. The video came as a shock to many because they realized that, this Camidoh throwing shots at Shatta just like that, unprovoked, like, what has happened? Why the day? And then what? Then who about Shatta into auto to punch his conny face out, and you're not going to walk or Shatta fie. Fine. I know today, as Camidoh is saying this thing on radio, and many people don't even know the genesis, and they may not even have this tape. I know they won't get it because my editors were not even sure where the tape was. Thanks to Sammy Flex TV, your files rough. You call your pages on your cover tape we buy. Many people are searching ground because personally I searched, I did not find it until I entered our archives at Sammy Flex TV and we found it. I think those times I was even on Xylophone FM. Yeah, I was doing my radio shit on Xylophone FM. Now, Camidoh, in the midst of some ladies, Kwadwo Sheldon, all of a sudden started. That's why I don't like Shatta, blah, 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 boom, 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 boom. Oh, dear, what
would make someone like an investor say, no, this is not something a viable investment?
Yes.
Investment.
Yeah. Me in particular, I'm not a fan of, like, for example, Shatta Wale. When he's doing like his videos and all of that, I'm not a fan of how he portrays himself and all of those things, because I feel like it's just like a banker. You understand? You can't just wear some t-shirts, you can't just do anyhow. Understand? But when he does anyhow and speaks anyhow and all of those things, it makes the crap look like it's just you understand? We're just joking and all of those things, and like that in particular, I feel like it makes investors see us as jokers.
What would make someone like an investor say, no, this is not something a viable investment? Investment.
Yeah. Me in particular, I'm not a fan of, like, for example, Shatta Wale. When he's doing like his videos and all of that, I'm not a fan of how he portrays himself and all of those things, because I feel like it's just like a banker. You understand? You can't just wear some t-shirts, you can't just do anyhow. But when he does anyhow and speaks anyhow and all of those things, it makes the crap look like it's just you understand? We're just joking and all of those things, and like that in particular, I feel like it makes.
And no be back on small boys are young. Small boys are young in Kwaresusha. And at that time, you saw the attitude. Yeah, me, for instance, I'm not sure I'm a fan of Shatta Wale because I don't like the way he. But Opa ne, Kwashusha Camidoh. So and send a describe Shatta Wale and on who yes, Sabi. Me person me komu bibre ba me kasi me komu me say oh that time maybe I know or person say why Shatta Wale will even come online and be seen smoking, but I can tell you after we've seen Camidoh online smoking. Hey Charlie, time will tell. Man go learn. Hey, time will tell. Man go learn. Hey, so this particular story 4 years ago, 2022, it sparked a whole lot of conversation and controversies. This conversation was on radio, Xylophone FM, Xylophone TV then. And hey, Camidoh, you don't like how Shatta Wale does his thing. What bisano? Oh, bro, penny industry bum watch it. Me want sometimes you approaching say say yeni sa. Na then the ma yeni sa. Me sure say Shatta better nebo amana ideas, amana some knowledge, but at that time, yeah, top guy. He was in the midst of ladies, 3 ladies or 4, fine girls. Omunufu that the whole her and you know, na man inspiration. A kind of crab could be 3. Tamoka me, I not like Shatta. Yeah, like Yanyano. Yes, and you. So when the video came out and the backlash started, of course, you know Shatta movement people will not spare you. At that time, I was not even with Shatta movement. I was quasi Shatta movement member, doing my thing on radio and TV. I was not there officially, but I know that people did not spare him. They gave it to him. Woto. They did not spare him. Out of that, it took the manager and himself to come forward to apologize then on social media. The manager first wrote this, and I'm going to read this to you as well. The manager, George Britton, of course, shouts to him wherever he is. Now domiciled in the UK, still doing his business as a showbiz person and more. Now, this is what he said then, George Britton. He said, a few days ago, my artist, Camidoh, made a statement in an interview with Kojo Sheldon, which did not go well with me. In the quest to express himself, he spoke against Charles Nyama Mensah in a manner I deemed disrespectful. It is unfortunate this happened, but every experience is a learning curve. And like I always preach, love and respect is what we strive for in our music industry. So therefore, I cannot let this statement pass without caution, and I deem it fit to apologize to Shatta Wale and his fans. The focus is to build a career for world domination, and we are focused. Controversies have never been part of the journey. Let love lead. So, that I want to you can keep it on the side. Even in his manager's post, he said what Camidoh said was highly disrespectful. Osi dabi. Said Camidoh kasa in there. I said the one for Obu Ama Shatta Wale no. Shatta Wale is senior brother. You cannot speak to him like that. You cannot speak to him anyhow. This is uncalled for. he felt very uncomfortable with that call from Camidoh. He apologized and he said, "Oh, no, they Anka focused. Their focus is not on controversies. They want to hit the international market. That is what they are focusing on, and not for some of these things." And today, time is really telling. As in, man go learn and time is telling. Around the same time, Camidoh himself also came to apologize. Interestingly, around the same time, Camidoh himself came to apologize. And let me read what Camidoh also said. He said, "I honestly didn't mean to disrespect King Shatta in any way. I should have taken my time to share my opinion without mentioning names or pointing fingers. I'm sincerely sorry to you all. Thank you, Shatta Wale, for understanding and the advice." In fact, I even heard that around the same time, Shatta spoke with him on the phone. Another time, he met someone in Germany. The person also called Shatta, spoke with him as well. So, and this is the part that some people don't even know about Shatta. That, well, he may be angry, he may be mad over a situation. But as much as you admit that, okay, this is my position, this is our position, I was wrong. I did not communicate well. Shatta will not hold it to heart. No, he will not keep it to heart for that long. Because if you listen to Camidoh's latest interview, he said, after that, he realized the goof. In fact, on no one can say we're goofy. This one, nobody pointed it out to him. Him and his manager, they realized, Charlie, we goofed bad. Let's call the man to say sorry to him. And they did. Shatta did not push them away. Maybe if it had been the other guy, he would say, hey, me, I don't talk to them. I don't want to see them, because we've heard a story like that where someone even wants to apologize and it is not happening. But yeah, Shatta was opened. He said, come, let's talk. Let's vibe. He spoke with Camidoh and advised him. 4 years down the lane, time is telling. 4 years down the lane, now Camidoh is feeling what Shatta Wale said. 4 years down the lane, now he's seeing the realities in how Shatta Wale approaches some of the issues within the industry. It is the reason in his latest interview rounds, while he's promoting his latest song, he went for an interview on Asempa FM with Adukumi. Big shouts to Adukumi, my G. And in the conversation, Camidoh came out to once again narrate what happened, telling the world that Charlie, he goofed at that time. He didn't know. He was a learner, but he thought he could speak about some of the issues. Whatever he spoke did not land well. But today, Camidoh, I wouldn't say he's one of the stubborn artists, but he's also not a walkover. Yeah. I wouldn't describe him as Camidoh, one of the stubborn guys around. No, but he is not a walkover. You cannot just walk over Camidoh. Often said they always nice Camidoh, far no far, siat no siat. That be today, he does what he wants to do. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what Shatta Wale meant when he said, time will tell, or time will tell, and man will learn. Or time will tell, man will learn. That's what he meant. Today, Camidoh has learned. And out of that learning, this is what he is saying. Let's listen to him.
Yeah. So it creates a certain perception.
Yeah.
But has it affected you in any way?
I mean, like you're saying, people would always build perception from like hearing you speak. You know, they'll always build perception from seeing your actions. So, and sometimes they may be wrong, you know, but you can't always correct everybody. You know, so sometimes you let people think what they think. Like, for example, I'll say to you, like, when I first experienced Shatta Wale, Shatta Wale, like, you know, one time I sat on a show and I was telling them that, oh, you know, the way I hear in Yaman Emma industry and calling him, because I have the mindset that doing it calm and, you know, not showing your real self and all of that, and on Emma investors, Emma. Oh, we are saying it. You know, I always thought
that was
at that stage of my life. Good. At that stage of my life, I thought that, you know, like going by the books, basically, you know, was the way to go. But really and truly, there's also an aspect of being yourself, you know. So when I sat down and I thought about it, I mean, it wasn't about the hits that I was catching at that point of like Shatta movement coming at me and all of that. It wasn't about that. But I had to really sort through like the reality. This is your big brother. Like, how do you go there and say this about your big brother? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is who he is and this is what he's doing and he's surviving and he's living his life. Nti oni nyansa say dia oye no ebia it's because it's a pattern that works for him. You know, so sitting down on air and saying such a thing also builds that same perception for like other people who are listening. So it's like Akola will person say major man. You know, because it's gonna take a while for him.
On the brand
Good. That, you know, so it took time for me to understand, and when I did understand, me friend, me braping George, and I called my friend Melissa. I was like, hey, this is what happened. What do you think? And it's like I want to call him. I want to go to him and apologize to him. I want to tell him I'm sorry, but like you know, I just understood this whole game now. So she was like, yeah, call him. Oh, do you have his number? I'm like, no. You know, so I want to go to his house. Like, yeah, you don't want to go to his, maybe call him first, you know. So George Freno, and we spoke over the phone, and it was nice, right?
How was the reaction after Obia wa attack ne brand?
Yeah.
And ne fans,
Yes.
you know, would definitely come at you.
Yes.
Then what mistake
Yes.
or what's your BB and say
Yes.
that is the style that works for him.
Yes.
Oh, friend, no. And now George Frey now or say a wono.
Yeah.
What was the initial reaction?
George Friend, they was already speaking. I think George had already given him the breakdown. Basically,
Okay.
this is how he's feeling, and he wants to talk to you. So when I got on the phone, I was like, "Bra, Penny, my phone, like you know, I've done you wrong. I'm sorry. You know, that was how I saw it, and so that's what I had to say. I didn't even think it was going to escalate this way, but I'm sorry. I don't think that it's right for me to actually sit somewhere and say this about you. If it's in the you know privacy of my bedroom or whatever it is, that's just gossiping. That's cool. But like on TV, everyone gets to see it. You know, so I think I'm wrong for that, and I'm sorry." And he said, "Look, my boy, listen. It's the industry. You know, everyone does what they think they know how. Like, this is how you also think you can do it. So you're doing it that way. But it's good you've realized that what can be like the elderly. You've spoken ill of an elderly person in public, and at your culture, no, it does not allow for that.
Work.
You know, it doesn't. They did not raise me like that. So I had to quickly." You know, straighten myself, and I think as a big brother, he also understood, and he said that he forgave, like he had forgiven me, and I think some months after me took wine called Germany, was it Germany? I was somewhere in Europe, and Obi wedding, and I was attending, so I was I guess at the wedding, and I was in the car, so waiting to be like drawn in as a surprise, and boy be friend me say, "Oh, Shatta Wale crowd phone." I say, "Oh, Camidoh." I say, "Oh yeah, Fakoma Camidoh." And I mean funny because I was like, "Yo, what's going on?" Blah blah blah. I say the good sport there, you know. So from there, I also enjoyed it because then, as a big brother, you don't hold grudges against your little brothers. You know, why BB Wakacha says sorry, and then you let it go, and you know you actually give him the environment to be able to speak to you. So yes, we spoke, and it was beautiful. And from that time, I learned that look, keep your values with you. The way I'm raised you, know, keep it with you. You know, if I was raised to be a rude person, like towards the elderly, I don't think I would have called to say I want to say sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe I also come at him and all of that, and it's that whatever it's going to be is what's going to be. There are people like that.
Yeah.
You know, so what I'm saying is that I try to like keep my values with me. You know, to ensure that
So people can keep their perception.
keep their perception.
You are you.
I am myself.
All right, so you heard the story. Time. Sometimes they say give time some time. And I'm so happy that at that time, Shatta did not even react. That's why sometimes not every reaction that counts. Sometimes, not all the time. There are some times that you need to react. But sometimes it is not every reaction that is needed. So happy when Camidoh said that from 2022 till now, Shatta never reacted. There is no statement about Shatta making any public statement about Camidoh's statement. Rather, he spoke with them, back doors. Behind the scenes, they spoke. And today, Camidoh has come to the realization, Charlie, industry, look at your approach and go with it. And yet, you'll be because you are the only person who knows what is right for you and not what people are saying. It's at the end of the day, who wants shut the amount now could take the amount for can Obebre. Shatta saw it. He has been approaching it his best ways. Camidoh then did not know. He felt Shatta Wale was misbehaving. Because of that, he actually thought that attitude could suck what investors away. But me assure say after about 5 years or more in the interim, say, hey, at the end of one you see approach now. One yet the old person we ye now tie the man for beka obebo kaguno. That's why today he's here once again, apologizing and once again being a witness to Shatta's attitude that has changed the industry and especially for himself now. Today, he's a witness to that. He's giving testimonies of that. And we thank God. Yeah, sometimes it's like that. There are some people, you don't have to say anything to them. There are some people, you don't have to react to them. Just allow time. Give time some time. And when that time comes, like Shatta said, man go learn. Time will tell. Today, I want to believe Camidoh has learned. And then say, "Otese Shatta, ti baby no kasase ne on pena. Onu ka be friends say, bra penny, I'm more fire. I got bra penny to Jenny gum more because when him so to Jenny guma, e be ko ya ma bin so ababa den abeka no." And that's how this industry is. So sometimes we be na on tia se abefi zo nipa ko wajimi. Obi be na on tia abefi za oni pa ka den onwen wa bodam aden. But later you did wa and I was afi etiase. Afi on pakro be ya onye ne more. Why do you think most of these veteran artists have been talking about, oh, in their time they needed a Shatta Wale to safeguard the industry for them? Why do you think up to today Oboba J Adolfo is still crying that cry? He's on my time they share someone new bit Shatta Wale. Ebi anka omunya ankene anka brabo no ebi anka nyese ne etie no. I'm not saying but it will look far better than it is now. That's how it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't intend to say much. After all, the boss himself did not say much. So, whom am I? If the boss did not say much, whom am I to say much? We only want to say that sometimes, we all have to be cautious when there is an issue within our industry and we think we have the best solutions. When you think you have the best solutions, do it for yourself. Do it for yourself first. If it works, then we can share with others. But until then, don't condemn anybody's approach. Don't condemn anybody's ways. Because when you do it, obebre. Because a bedroom or no, because Timmy I'm can't say me just ne Camidoh shane ho or sabi don't say Timmy say na me kan. The encofo in same who encofo do industry now. Is that what I said to Shatta Wale, my big brother? It is the reason he is still apologizing and feeling sorry for what he said. He's learnt. And your friend is Sammy Flex. The week has started. And we pray that everything goes on smoothly. Put in the work. The amount for can they meant you. You know yourself more than anybody knows you. People will speak for you to look like you are nothing. You are nobody. That's how sometimes people are. They will speak for you to feel like, as you are useless. But keep doing you. One day, they will make reference to you. One day they will say, hey, this guy. It is the same thing Camidoh is doing. One day. Today he's here saying that, Satam no nim ankawankasasa. One day, I pray it happens to you, but it happens positively for you as well. Let me say thank you to the production team, Theophilus de Gosh, Desert, Gerald. And to you for watching. Share an opinion or two. Subscribe to us. And let's meet again in our next video. My name is Sammy Flex. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.
Use it for 12 hours. 12 hours in minutes is 720 minutes. All the money you make is yours.